Hello friends, and welcome to a very fantastical video. A video filled with joy and happiness. A video filled with cold treats. A video full of adventure and beautiful scenes. A video focused on really enjoying the end of summer joys. I know a lot of us, many of us, are probably ready for the fall season, getting into the mood of all the ghosties, all the pumpkins, all the beautiful pumpkin spice latte treats, or pumpkin spice treats just in general. I know I am. I know I'm struggling at saying, hey Melissa, take it slow, because there's still summer left. And currently right now we're having a heat wave in Germany, so it's 33 degrees Celsius, this in Fahrenheit, so it's hot. It is not fall weather right now. It is definitely summer. So we're going to go ahead and take a step back from fall. I know we're ready for it, but we're gonna take a little bit slower and we're gonna actually enjoy the end of summer. That summer where you can step outside in the garden and you can kind of feel the cold dew coming onto the grass and into the air. That feeling of when the sun goes down and it's just starting to cool down, but the concrete or the road or the leaves are still warm. That summer where you just want to eat something cold and just kind of be like, ooh, it's so cold, but it's so hot, but it's so delightful. You know what kind of summer I'm talking about? So I thought today would be really fun to just bask in all the summer joys that one, we may have not been able to do, or maybe we did do, but we still want to kind of take a step back and enjoy them one last time before the fall season hits. So I thought today we could do a couple fun activities. I'm going to try to make some ice cream. I have an ice cream maker. I'm not sure if it's going to work, but we're going to try it out. It was a very cheap ice cream maker. It was like a 30 euro ice cream maker. It's very cute, but I don't know if it's gonna work. So we're gonna test that out. No matter what, we'll have like slushy ice if we have to. Not even soft serve, like it might be slushy, but we're gonna test it out. And then I thought we could go for a little walk and we can walk up to the ponds that are in the area where I live. There's normally some ducks and some little birds, some fish, maybe some frogs. Maybe we'll do that like later in the evening when it's starting to get a little bit colder, because that's when the animals start coming back out. And then we can just have a very fun, relaxing day. It's just enjoying those summer things, summer activities that we just don't always get to enjoy, and having a great little time of it. So I hope you guys are ready. I hope you're excited. And I think we should get started with our ice cream, because I know that needs to sit. So let's go ahead and pop in the kitchen and make some ice cream. Yes, okay, so that's first. ice cream has to sit for 30 minutes before we can actually put it in the ice cream maker, because it's really, really hot right now and I don't want to shock my ice cream maker. I don't know if it's a thing, but the custard type sauce is too hot and I need to let it sit for like 30 minutes. I might put it in the fridge afterwards too to actually get it to start getting cold, because I didn't look at this, but I was supposed to put the bottom part of my ice cream maker in the freezer yesterday, so it would freeze all the way through. So I think I've just started off on a bad spot, but it's fine. We're gonna have ice cream in the end, or some kind of ice cream in the end. But I'm really excited because this is cinnamon ice cream and it's not an ice cream you generally get at the ice cream parlor. So I'm really excited to try this out. The flavors so far are really delicious. I'm just really curious as to how it's gonna taste afterwards. So that's gonna go ahead and cool down. Now, the question is, what do we do next? I mean, there's always books to read. I'm getting more and more books, unfortunately. But for now, I think I would like to do something else. The question is, what? And I think before we actually decide, I want to talk about some fun activities anybody could do during this time to kind of really enjoy the summer season. So this isn't just a time for me to figure out what I'm going to be doing, but a time where we can talk about what we all could be doing right now. So yes, fall's coming around. My heart's saying, let's get crafty, but I'm not going to be crafting my fall crafts just yet. I can't be doing that just yet. But I do have a project that I've been wanting to work on, and that is building my own TBR game. That's not really a TBR game. It's a TBC game, to be cozy game. And the idea for this game is I'm gonna go ahead and make a board that is going to help me decide what projects, what books, what bakes, and what things I'm gonna do each month. I know that sounds really goofy, but for me, and I'm sure some of you also, have a hard time trying to decide which activity you're gonna be doing. Whether that be a cozy activity, whether that be reading, whether that be baking, whether that be hanging out with friends, whether that be sitting on the sofa and just having a cozy evening, not doing anything and just relaxing. So I thought, because this is a problem for myself and because I have too many projects in my head, I would create a game out of it. So I've been doing like 12 books of 2025, where each of my book was wrapped up and I did a random book and a random bake read, a random book and a random bake each month of this year. And I thought to kind of continue on with that idea, I would start this board game, this TBC, to be cozy, TBR, to be cozy board game. And I've picked out a board game, so I might work on that a little bit because I actually picked out an old school German board game. Let me grab it. Ooh, okay, so I've picked out an old school German board game at the secondhand shop. And it's like a spy game, and it looks so cute. And the inside is actually really cool. So the actual board is really cool. So I want to actually, I've said actually so many times, I'm so sorry. So I want to kind of make sure I'm using the board itself because it has this beautiful like housing district, but I still want to change it up a little bit. And they have these little guys. I don't know what I would use these for, but we have multiple different colors. And then we also have like, this is like Clue, old school Clue, and they have these adorable little cards. I'm probably not going to end up using these at all, but I still love the look of them. Like, don't they look shady? Oh, we lost light. Don't they look shady? Like, look at this guy. He's shady and cute. He has a little beret. This could be Michel when he's older. So I love this idea of this game. Like, I think the game actually looks really cute. Maybe I might have to play it before I change too much of it. But my idea is to go ahead and, whoop. We have too many things going on. I dropped my dragon. But, so I thought maybe I would put a piece of paper over top of this so I can trace it out a little bit so I can figure out what I want to do and what I want to change. And I have like some ideas of things I could do on a piece of paper. So this is a project that I want to work on. And this project is a project to help me with my other projects. But we're also talking about activities you can do as well. And so There are a few end of summer activities I think anybody can do when we have these really hot summer days, like when it's like 35 degrees Celsius outside, this in Fahrenheit. Being outside for a long period of time is not always great. However, spending time next to the water, even if it's just like a lake to get a little bit of that fresh, cold air directly off the lake is always fun. But if you have to spend time inside, try to find some fun summer activities to do inside. I would recommend not necessarily baking because having the oven on just makes your home very warm. I don't have AC. My lamp was swinging, I'm so sorry. I don't have AC, I just have fans, so we try to keep the heating completely off, like the oven and the stove, to try to keep as cold as possible in our apartment. So I would recommend not baking, but if you're up for baking, there are so many amazing treats that scream summer. For example, these lemon donuts. Don't they look so tasty? Or like you can do blueberry muffins. Brian Lagerstrom does a great recipe. I'll go ahead and put it in the description below for giant muffins. I love a giant muffin. You can also go ahead and make brownies. Brownies are quick and easy, and if you wanted to, you could put some like raspberry swirl in there. There's so many delicious, wonderful baked goods that you can try out and enjoy. And if you're wanting to challenge yourself, you can even make some bread. These hot days are not wonderful for yeast because it normally makes it proof too quickly. However, it also makes baking a bread very easy and fast. So if you want to test it out, see what happens, go for it. I made some funny looking bagels the other day. They definitely flattened out and they definitely didn't look right, but they're still tasty. If they're tasty, I've succeeded, and I just have to practice a little bit more. So if you want to bake, there are some wonderful recipes you can try out, and they're all very easy other than the bagels or breads, but it's always fun to kind of do a challenge. If you're not wanting to be in the kitchen and baking, then you can definitely do some other activities around home. So I love an indoor picnic where you just have a bunch of small things. We call it Vespa here in Germany, and I'm pretty sure it's a charcuterie board type thing in the US and in some other countries. But charcuterie boards are normally like one board with your meats, cheeses, crackers, and grapes on it. Vespa is more, you grab some bread from the bakery or from the shop. It's normally like buns. You have some sliced cheeses, sliced meats, some pickles, and some olives maybe, or anything else you may have at home. You can also cut up some cucumber and tomatoes and make a quick little dressing of olive oil, vinegar, and salt and pepper to make a quick little dressing. Very tasty, very delightful. You can also use Maggi. If you don't know what Maggi, this is Maggi. I don't know if they sell it in the US, but it's so delightful to put on vegetables. It's kind of like a vinegary black sauce. I have no idea what Maggi is. I've only learned about it when I was living here, and I like it on my vegetables. Yep. So if you find Maggi, I highly recommend trying it out. And then adding a little bit of salt and pepper is always nice. So having Vespa, having a little picnic indoors, either on the floor or on your table, even putting on a cute little summer show in the background and having it on a coffee table would be always really cute and really fun. This way you can kind of have that picnic aspect if you don't want to go outside. However, if you want to venture outside next to a lake and take a picnic with you, I'm not going to say no. Maybe I'll even join you if I can. I'm not inviting myself, but if you need somebody to invite, I'm here. So I always love a picnic, especially during the summer season. It's very nice, very calm, very chill, especially if you can get some fresh watermelon or some grapes or some other fruits that are going to be really juicy and delightful, especially if you've had them in the fridge. Ooh, I love a cold grape. Cold grapes are always great. So that's a lot of food stuff. We're also going to be making dinner a little bit later, and I'm going to show you some of the cold salads I like to make. I love a cold noodle salad. I make those a lot during the summer season because it's just too hot, like I said, to have the oven on or the stove on for too long. Stove has to be on to cook my pasta a little bit, but it's not too long. So we're going to be making an orzo salad a little bit later, but for now we're going to continue on with the activities. So a couple other activities I think you can do indoors. So we're still indoors right now. A couple other activities you can do indoors. I do love a puzzle, but I feel like puzzles are a little bit more on the fall side. However, I'm not gonna say no to a book nook. And a book nook is so fun. I love a book nook. And I think book nooks are great for winter and fall as well. But let me go ahead and grab the one that my friend got me for my birthday. I'll show it to you. Hold on. Now this is a book nook for the summer. And it is so freaking cute. Look how adorable that is. So book nooks are fantastic. They're like puzzles, but you're building a little tiny house instead. I've done one of them in the past and I had a blast. I had so much doing it. I had so much fun doing it. And when my friend got this me for my birthday, I was ecstatic. I think this is so freaking cute. There's even like a little chair with a little pillow on it. And you get to make everything on the inside. So it's a lot of fun. It's really creative. It's just a fun way to kind of pass time, but still enjoy the season. I also love doing watercolors during the season because it helps the water dry really fastly on your paper. Really fastly. It helps the water dry really quickly on your paper. So if you want to test out watercolors, this is a great time to test it out. I've been doing a lot of watercolors lately because I've been wanting to do more maybe giveaways in the future. I don't know if you're interested in those types of things. So if you guys are, let me know. But I was thinking of doing like little postcards or little tiny giveaways for you guys. So you guys can also enjoy a little gift from the Cozy Corner from Melissa. Only if you want. But if you guys want to try out some watercolors, I highly recommend it. Doing things that are light and easy where it doesn't involve a lot of movement, because if you're like me and you sweat a lot, movement is the worst thing you can do during the summer. I still want to enjoy the season, but I don't want to sweat through the season. So those are some small activities. Always picking up a book is nice. I love a good book with some beautiful romantic music in the background. I've been listening to a new playlist on YouTube lately that I've really been loving. I'll go ahead and also list them in the description below. It's very whimsical, soft music, no words, and it's just so lovely. And not AI, which is fantastic. So I'll list them in the description below. It's very whimsical, very soft, very perfect for a wonderful novel. I am not currently reading a summer novel at the moment. I'm reading one of my summer TBR books though. I keep having to get up. I should have prepared before I sat down. Hold on. Okay, so this is one of my books from my summer TBR video, Delayed Rays of a Star by Amanda Lee Coe. This is about 3 women who kind of actually worked very hard to get into the film industry, and it's their stories of the film industry world. 2 of them are actually German, and it takes place during World War II, so it's very fascinating on how these women handled that. And we also have somebody who's an Asian American living in the US and trying to also get into the film industry, not as a white person. So very fascinating, very good. I only have about 80 pages left, so I've really been enjoying this, but it's not a summer book. If you're looking for summer book recommendations, sorry, this is not the video. I actually cannot think of any summer books off the top of my head. None. I know a lot of those like Emily Henry books are summery, but I don't read Emily Henry. She's just not my type of author. I'm not a big romance reader, and those types of tropes of enemies to lovers or fake dating, those tropes don't normally like interest me, so they're not my type of books. I know they're normally very highly recommended during this type of season, but I have no summer recommendations for you. I recommend just picking a book that you want to read. Just do it. Find any book. I am reading Women Living Deliciously by Florence Given. That's a good summer read. But I don't have any other book recommendations. But this isn't book recommendations. This is activity recommendations. So I recommend finding an activity that you want to enjoy inside and taking a break and just relaxing, enjoying the nice relaxing idea of what summer was, especially as we were kids when we were actually able to have summer off and we were able to play outside, we were able to stay inside, we were able to play a video game, we were able to do fun summer activities. Even pulling out your board games. So say you have a couple friends over and do a board game night with some chips and some pretzels, some snacks, some tasty things, some cold mocktails. I made a lovely sour cherry mocktail the other day that just had like cherry juice, sparkling water, lime, sage, and ice cubes. I believe that was all that was in it, and it was so tasty and so delightful. And it's a mocktail, so you can actually drink it and enjoy it, and you can have another one if you want to. There's no alcohol in it, so it's a very nice, just calm and tasty drink. So maybe you want to have some friends over and have a game night. Those are always perfect during the summer because you can have a little bit more fun, enjoy a tasty drink, and just relax. But let's say we want to go outside. Summer activities. We are actually going to be doing 2 outdoor activities today together. One of them, I'm going to leave as a surprise. No, I'm just going to tell you. We're going to go outside and go blackberry picking. I love blackberries. I used to go blackberry picking all the time as a kid. I went blackberry picking last year as well, so we actually found the perfect spot to go get our blackberries. We scoured the entire area we live in to figure out where these blackberries were. We found a patch. So we found an area where we can get some tasty blackberries. So we're gonna go do that. And I also wanna go do a little like photo walk as well. So I figured we would go for a little walk when it gets a little bit cooler and go take some pictures of the animals, up to the water, and just have a nice little cozy walk. I'm wanting to go see some of the summer flowers that are still out because we've had such a weird summer where it was really, really hot, a lot of the flowers died, and then we had like 3 weeks of just a lot of rain and like intense heat and then rain and intense heat and rain. And right now we're having another heat wave. So I'm not sure what flowers are gonna be out, but I would really love to go out and do a little nature walk and take some pictures. So those are our plans for later afternoon. Before we go out in the very hot temperature though, we're gonna make dinner. I know it sounds weird, but I wanna make dinner and put it in the fridge so it can get cold. And I'm trying to decide if I'm going to do a creative activity and work on my board game, work on my book nook, or read my book. And I have a feeling I should just finish my book. I have 80 pages left. It's a good ending, but I'm ready to move on to my next book. Not because I'm not liking this one, but just because I'm ready to pick up another book. So I think I'm gonna read actually my book for right now. And then when it gets a little bit colder, we're gonna go outside and take a little adventure. Sounds good to me. Sounds good to you? Let's do it. I know this was a very chatty video part, but I hope that's okay. Now let's go ahead and make dinner at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So I know this isn't fantastic lighting, but it's dark outside. It's almost 10 o'clock, it's 9:30, so we have some very intense lighting right now because I have my lamp and my other lamp, and that's it. But it's been a very interesting and wonderful day, and really actually super great. I am so sweaty though because I spent some more time outside than I was planning to. I went and got ice cream with my friend and forgot to take a photo, so sorry. But we went and had a nice little walk, and I got the most adorable little video of a bumblebee butt, so I'm going to show that now. See, absolutely adorable bumblebee butt, covered in honey, and I thought it was really great. And then when I got home, I had my orzo salad, absolutely delicious. I recommend adding the tomatoes in the spinach orzo salad that you find online if it doesn't have tomatoes in it, because it was so fresh and zangy and also delightful. So I'm so happy I picked those tomatoes this morning and were able to use them later on this afternoon because they were just really fresh and really so very, very yummy. Blackberry picking did not go as planned. I have 15 blackberries. Yep, 15 blackberries. So, didn't go as I thought they would because, one, we went a little bit later than I was planning to. Two, we got distracted by the fire department. I think they were doing a training, so it was quite entertaining, but we were there for like 20 to 30 minutes, and so by the time we went into the bushes to go find some blackberries, it was already dark, and the blackberry bushes that we were planning to go to had stinging nettle all around them, so not successful. However, that's okay. I can't bake anyways right now because it's too warm, so I'm just gonna probably throw those blackberries into some yogurt and then enjoy them that way. And I did take some wonderful photos, which I'll share at the end of this video. But I just wanted to say the ice cream has already been eaten a little bit, so I do apologize. But this cinnamon ice cream turned out so lovely. I only have a little tiny spoonful right here. But some of it's already been eaten, but it did not set in time. So like half of it got scooped out and it was a goo, or like a custard type thing. And then the rest of it actually did set because the middle is all, it's kind of like flat around the edges. So the cinnamon ice cream has finally set somewhat, and it is so delicious. Really perfect for like that summer coldness, but a nice in-between thing for that, like, we're trying to kind of take a pause on the fall feelings, but also still enjoying it. So, cinnamon ice cream, 100% recommend. I recommend just using the 2 cinnamon sticks and then adding just a little itty bitty tiny bit of cinnamon powder, because the cinnamon actually from the cinnamon sticks was way more intense than I thought it was going to be, but it's still really tasty. I'm really happy with it. And I think this is my first time I've made ice cream that actually turned out like ice creamy. So I'm really, really proud of it, and it's so good. But see, it's set. It's not going anywhere. But just because we took out half of it and ate it already. So, end of summer joys. I think there's still time to enjoy the season. I completely understand. I completely understand wanting to move into the fall season. I love the fall season. I love the smells. I love the feeling. I love those warm, crispy feelings that you get from the fall season. The cozy feelings. I mean, Melissa's Cozy Corner, that's my name, or YouTube name, not my name. But I also have been really trying to encourage myself to enjoy each season as it comes. And summer is coming to an end, and there's so much to love about the end of summer. I love, like I was talking about earlier, that like when the sun goes down but the air still has a little bit of warmth, but you have that cold wind, or the dew in the morning. I really, really love that. Or the smell after it's been really sunny and it rains a little bit, so you have like that nice warm smell. The smell of fresh cut grass, I'm a fan. I know a lot of people are allergic to grass, so I do apologize that you have to suffer through that. But for me, it's like the smell of home. And so summer season is not necessarily my favorite, but I'm learning to love it more and more each year, and having a day where I'm just really embracing all the summer joys, like eating ice cream, going out and picking berries, enjoying all of the wonderful flowers I saw. I'll show them to you, don't worry. And also just enjoying the long, long days. It's 9:30. It just got dark outside. We were out for a walk for a good 2 hours, and it was just so wonderful and so relaxing. So, yeah, I'm ready for fall, but I'm really, really happy I took the time to really enjoy the end of this summer. And I'm still going to spend the rest of the week enjoying summer activities and doing summer things and having a great time and maybe trying to go find some more blackberries. I think that's one of my goals. Follow me on Instagram and maybe you'll see if I find more blackberries. I probably won't, but we'll see. But yeah, end of summer is still a really beautiful time, and I think we should cherish it a little bit. I'm slipping into fall a little bit. I did put out my pumpkin doormat, but that's because we have more stuff on our shoes because of all the rain. But I just really want to encourage you to still enjoy the end of summer. Enjoy the season, enjoy each season, kind of take a moment and just breathe in that warm air if you have warm air, and have a little bit of fun. Go out with a bang and really just do something really fun and crazy for the end of summer. Maybe you can go for a last swim if you do swimming, or maybe you can go do a water balloon fight, or maybe you can have a game night with your friends like I mentioned, or a barbecue outside, or you can do like a not if you're having a burn ban. Don't do it if you're having a burn ban, but like a little tiny fire pit and roast marshmallows. That'd be so much fun. So do something that's going to be really, really wonderful to end your summer on the right move. Don't just transition quickly. End it on a really great note, and then we can make that transition. So that's the next thing for me is I'm moving into fall, and I would love to hear what you guys would want to see. If there's anything you're interested in, or maybe you want one more summer video, maybe I'll do like some summer books I read, but I don't have any summer book recommendations like I mentioned, so I don't know. We'll figure out something. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you had a fantastic time. I really appreciate you guys hanging out with me and seeing this wonderful mishmash of ideas from my head. And I'm really excited to hang out with you next time. So until then, I hope you have a fantastic day, a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you guys soon. Ciao! Oh, before I go, I forgot. Here's all the photos I took on our little walk today. So I hope you enjoy. And then and then after the photos are gone, that'll be the end. Okay, have fun with the photos.